Sense, thank you for the 5.
We presented evidence in 10 public hearings, testimony from our brave law enforcement officers, senior White House and campaign officials, and many others. Today, we are prepared to share our findings with you. But before we do so, it's important to remember what we've learned and critically, exactly what happened.
Dana Rain, thank you for the 25. Kami Kull, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. What? Anything under the age of 18 is considered child pornography, so if the idiot decided to watch and save child porn, the actor was 17 or younger, he's done for it, but unfortunately sometimes it's very hard to tell the difference between 17 and a 20-something. But this is probably talking about very obvious CP, I hope. What the fuck? Bro, under no circumstances do you need to say stuff like this, okay? Like, is there a gun to your fucking head? Like, what is happening? I mean, seriously, what the fuck's going on here? Motherfuckers hear CP and go, let me just defend it a little bit, unprompted. Like, what the fuck? Okay, let's continue.
At the United States Capitol on January 6th. Without objection, I include in the record a video presentation of some of the key evidence our investigation has uncovered.
There were officers on the ground. They were bleeding. They were throwing up. I mean, I saw friends with blood all over their faces. I was slipping in people's blood.
As I was swarmed by a violent mob, they ripped off my badge. They grabbed and stripped me of my radio. They seized ammunition that was secured to my body. They began to beat me with their fists and with what felt like hard metal objects.
God damn. He got his... That's Baltimore right there. That's Baltimore, bro. That's a Baltimore boy right there. Real Dundalk vibes. Dude. Yo. Yo. That man's definitely from Dundalk. Yo.
The thing to do is to claim victory. No, we won. Fuck you. Sorry.
My radio.
You're wrong. Fuck you.
Right out of the box on election night, the president claimed that there was major fraud underway. I mean, this happened, as far as I could tell, before there was actually any potential of looking at evidence.
I didn't think what was happening was necessarily honest or professional at that point in time. So that led to me stepping away.
Generally discussed on that topic was whether the fraud, maladministration, abuse, or irregularities, if aggregated and read most favorably to the campaign, would that be outcome determinative? And I think everyone's assessment in the room, at least amongst the staff, Mark Short, myself, and Greg Jacob, was that it was not sufficient to be outcome determinative.
I told him that I did believe, yes, that once those legal processes were run, if fraud had not been established, that had affected the outcome of the election, then unfortunately, I believed that what had to be done was concede the outcome.
What were the chances of President Trump winning the election?
After that point?
Yes.
None.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
The numbers are the numbers.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite phone call, dude. Just straight up like, come on. Come on, fellas. 11,000 votes. It's not that big of a deal. You can do it.
The numbers don't lie. We had many allegations and we investigated every single one of them.
Did one of them make a comment that they didn't have evidence, but they had...
Do I think Trump will get like charged and convicted with anything? No, but it'd be really fucking cool if it did. It'd be pretty fire. I just have no confidence in the federal government, okay? I don't have any confidence in the DOJ. I don't have any confidence in any fucking facet of the federal government that is supposed to do its job right. I mean, going back to the Elon thing for a second, look at like how Elon Musk was very clearly in violation of antitrust laws when he said any competing social media platform can no longer be promoted or linked on our platform, right? That was in direct violation of EU regulation. Like, you can't do that. You just cannot do that. EU automatically goes, nope, you're wrong. Give us 20% of your revenue as punishment, okay? In America, we have no such thing. Like, we have nothing in America. Why? Because we don't have anything. We have nothing. Our government sucks. Our government works for the corporations. They do in the EU as well, but you know, they're a little bit better at like upholding the idea that they actually have some sort of regulatory power. We call this corporate oligopoly freedom. We sell it as like liberating. Bullshit.
A lot of theories.
That was Mr. Giuliani.
And what exactly did he say and how did that come up?
My recollection, he said, we've got lots of theories, we just don't have the evidence. You're asking me to do something that's never been done in history, the history of the United States, and I'm going to put my state through that without sufficient proof?
It's a tape earlier in the day of Ruby Freeman and Shay Freeman Moss and one other gentleman quite obviously surreptitiously passing around USB ports as if they're vials of heroin or cocaine.
In one of the videos we just watched, Mr. Giuliani accused you and your mother of passing some sort of USB drive to each other. What was your mom actually handing you on that video?
A ginger mint. Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you? The President of the United States is supposed to represent every American, not to target one.
I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was bullshit.
He wanted to talk about that he thought the election had been stolen or was corrupt and that there was widespread fraud. And I had told him that our reviews had not shown that to be the case.
And I said something to the effect of, sir, we've done dozens of investigations, hundreds of interviews. The major allegations are not supported by the evidence developed.
Well, my first thought was, this is a terrible idea. Jeff Clark cannot be installed as acting Attorney General of the United States.
You ultimately told us that you described this meeting as not this meeting, the Georgia letter that was proposed as an effing murder-suicide pact. Do you remember using the term murder-suicide pact?
Yes.
Was it your impression that the vice president had directly...
One of the funnier moments of like the J6 stuff is like the idea that like Mike Pence is some fucking brave hero. I do personally love that. Like they're like, yeah, Trump should have been like Mike Pence, a hero.
conveyed his position on these issues to the president, not just to the world through a Dear Colleague letter, but directly to President Trump? Many times.
He did do the right thing though, man. Like what? What do you mean? Like, what is the expectation? That he was supposed... You think like if he did the wrong thing, which is what? Not certifying the fucking votes, that like magically America would be like, oh, well, I guess there's nothing we can do about this. It's a purely symbolic process, man. What are you talking about? Like, he had no option. That's not even a thing. He did nothing because there was nothing to do in that situation. Can I ask a question that I'm honestly curious about without getting banned? Sure, let's hear it. Can't wait for this one. I'm assuming it's going to be fucking fire.
He was the vice president didn't have the legal authority to do anything except what he did.
And I said, hold on a second, I want to understand what you're saying. You're saying that you believe the vice president, acting as president of the Senate, can be the sole decision maker as to, under your theory, who becomes the next president of the United States? And you said yes. And I said, are you out of your effing mind?
The president was, all the attention was on what.
Why is this Jason Miller cuck wearing a fucking mask, dude? Possibly to hide his rat face, but regardless, interesting. Imagine being mask cuck like that.
Mike would do or what Mike wouldn't do.
There's a telephone conversation between the president and the vice president. Is that correct?
Yes.
The conversation.
What did he say? You talk about controversial things. Wait, hold on. Come on, Lake McGroove. You talk about controversial things, but it seems that we don't agree with you. We get banned immediately. Why is that? Jesus Christ. Are you against masks? No, I'm just making a joke.
Was pretty heated.
Apologize for being impolite, but do you remember what she said her father called him?
The P word. It was clear that it was
Exposed? Yeah, I've been exposed.
So then when that tweet, the Mike Pence tweet, was sent out, I remember us saying that was the last thing that needed to be tweeted at that moment. It felt like he was pouring gasoline on the fire by tweeting that.
They've gained access to the second floor, and I've got public about 5 feet from me down here below.
Okay, copy. They are on the second floor, moving in now. We may want to consider getting out and leaving now. Copy.
The members of the VPT tel at this time were starting to fear for their own lives. There were calls to say goodbye to family members, so on and so forth.
Oh my God.
That's all there was. 40 feet between the vice president and the mob.
Donald Trump.
Still funny to me that the Hogs recorded a majority of the evidence used against them. Yeah, dude, it was one of those instances, one of those beautiful, wonderful instances where the insane level of entitlement that they felt unironically blew up in their fucking face. It's like thinking that, you deserve the world. Thinking that you could just like storm the fucking Capitol. Okay? Without any sort of repercussions whatsoever. Like you can beat the ass cheeks of cops with like metal pipes and shit, and then put your feet up on Nancy Pelosi's fucking desk without any sort of like serious consequences. Like, are you crazy? Are you fucking insane? Like, come on, dude. Derek Evans is in the Capitol. One of my favorite moments. Just openly fucking doxing yourself. Saying your full name, where you're from, as a public, as like a recently minted fucking state representative. Huh. So good.
And his allies and supporters are a clear and present danger to American democracy.
We got derogatory information from OSINT suggesting that some very, very violent individuals were organizing to come to D.C.
Bro, OSINT reporting fucking Kekistan memes, dude. Are you... Oh, God. Oh, my God. What does the world come to, man? What the fuck has the world come to, brother?
Organizing to come to D.C.
As Mr. Giuliani and I were walking to his vehicles that evening, he looked at me and said something to the effect of, Cass, are you excited for the 6th? It's going to be a great day. I remember looking at him saying, Rudy, could you explain what's happening on the 6th? He had responded something to the effect of, we're going to the Capitol. It's going to be great. The president's going to be there. He's going to look powerful.
He personally asked for us to come to D.C. that day. And I thought, for everything he's done for us, if this is the only thing he's going to ask of me, I'll do it.
Well, basically, the president, got everybody riled up, told everybody to head on down. So we basically were just following what he said.
Within 15 minutes of leaving the stage, President Trump knew that the Capitol was besieged and under attack.
So are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Secretary of Defense that day?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Attorney General of the United States that day?
No.
Are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Secretary of Homeland Security that day?
Did Trump try to get the feds on his side? Do you think he would have succeeded? No, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? This country is a capitalist country. It doesn't work that way. Like, there's no there. This shit ain't a movie. The country is running on autopilot. Trump's existence and his awful fucking form of governance kind of proved that to a certain degree. There is no like we don't have like enough military loyalists that are willing and able to like get a significant proportion of the security forces to like operate at the behest of Donald Trump. Like, no, there's no. It just wasn't happening.
I'm not aware of that, no.
Did you ever hear the president
No.
ask for the National
No.
Guard? Did you ever hear the president ask for law enforcement response?
No.
You got an assault going on the Capitol of the United States of America. And there's nothing. No call, nothing, zero.
I remember Pat saying something to the effect of, Mark, we need to do something more. They're literally calling for the vice president to be effing hung. And Mark had responded something to the effect of, you heard him, Pat. He thinks Mike deserves it. He doesn't think they're doing anything wrong.
You on the staff did not want people to leave the Capitol.
On the staff?
In the White House.
I can't think of anybody, you know, on that day who didn't want people to get out of the Capitol once the, you know, particularly once the violence started. No. I mean,
What about the president?
Yeah.
she said the staff. So I answered.
No, I said in the White House.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought you said who else on the staff. I can't reveal communications, but obviously I think, you know,
I said,
oh,
"Good,
come
John.
on.
Now I'm going to give you the best free legal advice you're ever getting in your life. Get a great effing criminal defense lawyer. You're going to need it."
General Flynn, do you believe?
He's got the justice bat behind him, dude. This is the most Aaron Sorkin ass shit you could have found, dude. I swear to God.
Lawyer, you're going to need it.
I am willing to eat my words, though. If there are any criminal charges launched against, I mean, if the Department of Justice actually opens up a criminal case against Donald Trump in accordance to the suggestions made by this committee, that would be so fucking sick. It would be so fire. The amount of content that would come out of that. It'd be good. I just want Donald Trump to be on the main stage again. You know what I mean? Defending himself. It's the best of both worlds because, like, one, then he's just like perjuring himself in court all the time, okay? Because he can't stop himself. And two, it's like the least damaging way that he could platform himself. It's great. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, he should have to defend himself in court. Like, no lawyer, just himself.
General Flynn, do you believe in the peaceful transition of power in the United States of America?
Another officer unconscious. The terrorist. What terrorist?
I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
Now to a potentially explosive.
Now, yeah, they're expected. So that was the evidence, like the supercut of the evidence that they showed. They hit him on 3 fucking charges. That's the recommendation of the committee.
Explosive move from the House Select Committee investigating January 6, expected to refer criminal charges, including insurrection, against former President Donald Trump as they hold their last public hearing this afternoon.
Oh, I was wrong.
Chief Washington correspondent John Carl is on Capitol Hill with all of it. John, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. The January 6th committee will use that last meeting to present its final conclusions and recommendations. Those recommendations will include recommended criminal charges, multiple criminal charges against Donald Trump for his actions related to January 6th and the attack on the Capitol and his efforts to overturn the presidential election. The January 6th committee plans to take a dramatic step this morning in its final hearing, recommending Donald Trump be charged with multiple crimes related to the attack on the U.S. Capitol and the events leading up to it. Among the crimes the committee believes Donald Trump may be guilty of: obstructing an official proceeding, defrauding the United States, and insurrection. After more than a year...
What was the 4th charge? That's why I thought it was 3 charges. Here's all 4. Obstruction of an official proceeding. Okay. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Conspiracy to make a false statement. And, the incite, assist, or aid or comfort the insurrection. Okay. Oh, it's kind of washed that they didn't put having the fattest of dumpers on there because his ass is so fat it should be a crime, but it's not.
Year of investigation, over 1,000 sworn depositions, and 10 televised hearings, the central conclusion of the January 6th committee has been perfect.
And January 6th also refers the House Ethics Committee for failure to comply with congressional subpoenas of House Deputy Leader McCarthy, Representative Jim Jordan, Representative Scott Perry, and Representative Andy Biggs. Let's go.
Perfectly clear
That the central cause of January 6th was one man, Donald Trump, whom many others followed. None of this would have happened without him. He was personally and substantially involved in all of it.
The committee has made the case Donald Trump abused his power as president to try to overturn the 2020 presidential election, inciting his supporters with lies about election fraud.
We're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
The committee may also call for action.
You stole my joke. I typed that before you said it. You really think that this is your joke at this point? Like, really? Saying Trump should have been jailed for having a fat dumper? I mean, come on. Come on, chatter. Come on.
Against others, too, including Republican members of Congress who defied committee subpoenas. But prosecuting Trump or anybody
else... Half the things you say is from Chat Lamau, or half the things Chat says is things that I've said being regurgitated back to me a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, sometimes a year later. There's also that, too.
Is entirely up to the Justice Department, which has already been conducting its own investigation for months, now overseen by special counsel.
I do find it funny when, like, dudes and girls and MBs that come in here specifically to get talking points so they can, like, sound smart at the dinner table amongst their friends are constantly and consistently complaining that I'm, like, stealing their jokes, okay? You should be excited at the prospect of me stealing your joke, okay? Like, what do you mean? And I also want you to steal my talking points and repeat them. I mean, that's cool. That's kind of why I do it.
Jack Smith.
Such an appointment underscores the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters.
The committee will also release its final report later this week. Today, a lengthy, over 100 pages long executive summary of that report will be released, and we can also expect to see thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of transcripts from all those interviews the committee has done over the course of its investigation.
Now, that will be a lot to sort through. And John, what, if anything, is the committee planning to do about lawmakers who snub congressional subpoenas?
Well, there were at least 4 lawmakers who defied subpoenas from this committee, including the Republican leader, Kevin McCarthy. I am told that the committee is likely to recommend or refer to the House Ethics Committee, those lawmakers, to look into whether or not they should be held on ethics charges. Of course, those are all Republican lawmakers, and as you know, Whit, Republicans take over control of Congress on January 3rd.
All right, John Carl, our thanks to you. And again, we'll have complete live coverage of the January 6th committee's final public meeting beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, thank God, man. Well, which they did. Okay. So that's it. On the DOJ January 6th shit, this is pretty much it. It's the short and sweet of it, okay? Wait, what? Florida man was arrested after saying he would kill 20 people in Twitch chat. What the fuck? On December 9, 33-year-old Lowell Thomas Schoonmaker allegedly posted threatening remarks on Twitch while chatting on a stream. According to Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, the FBI was tipped off by the comments by another Twitch user in the same chat after Schoonmaker posted mass murder coming soon. Wait, whose chat was he in? What was his username? Today I'm going to kill 20 people. Have a nice day, he reportedly wrote, in addition to remarks about wanting to destroy the world. Holy fuck. I posted bail. No, that wasn't a streamer, dude. Drunk investment banker arrested after slugging MTA worker in the face. Okay, that's fucking insane. I wonder if we can find the fucking username of the person and figure out what they've said in my chat. Not knowing what streamer Schoonmaker was making at the time he made the threats, or if his account has been banned from the platform. I'm sure it has been. This isn't the first time a Twitch user has been accused of making threats. Earlier this year, Zelda speedrunner Narcissa Wright, formerly known as Cosmo Wright, tweeted that she wanted to shoot people at Twitch headquarters after being banned off the site. Schoonmaker claimed he was intoxicated and depressed when he made the disturbing statements. The user claimed that the death of his grandfather made him want to kill himself as a result. I mean, that's sad, but also for Twitch, it's like the most common story. This is the most fucking Twitch story I've ever seen. Is this them? I doubt it. Definitely not. No, it's not them. You guys are, you're, no. Yeah, you should probably not write threats in the fucking chat, chatters. Don't do that. Like Joe Rogan, this Twitch guy really hates joke thieves. Honestly, all I'm going to say is that dude fucking up the Friday vibes with that, okay? I know one Twitch streamer at least who would not stand for that. The Friday vibes can never be fucked. Okay? And that man would have fucked him up with his whole